young to be. Fuck a trap shit.
Ori, the beat dealer.
When you see me for a nigga gon' slap me, young nigga, you ain't gon' do shit to me. I'm in the tip posted right now with handgun, yeah, Glocks, 223. Fuck nigga know not to play with me. I keep them busy, stay with me. Call out trap baby, we shoot your street. Call out just do it, ready to eat. I don't give a fuck with it, talking about. Fuck on that bitch with my cock out. I got the Glock, make a rock out. 32 shots in this bitch, I'ma rock out. 32 shots in this bitch, I'ma pop out. Nigga keep talk crazy, get them knocked out. Shit with my bitch, hell nah, these hoes burnt out. Can't fuck that hoe no more shit with the gang now. Only young nigga turn up, bring no rats out. These niggas broke like a last shot. No, these niggas broke like some pro leg. I fuck on that bitch, she was bow leg. Make her eat a dick up, yeah, with no hand. She a freak, yeah, I made her for my mans. If he did it, then I know that I can. I don't give a fuck, nigga got big plan. Heard when you see me for a nigga gon' slap me, young nigga, you ain't gon' do shit to me. I'm in the tip posted right now with handgun, yeah, Glocks, 223. Fuck nigga know not to play with me. I keep them busy, stay with me. Call out trap baby, we shoot your street. Call out just do it, ready to eat. I don't give a fuck with it, talking about. Fuck on that bitch with my cock out. I got the Glock, make a rock out. 32 shots in this bitch, I'ma rock out. Yeah, I'm back at it. Yeah, young nigga, a trap at it. Slide on your block, that's a bad habit. Got a freak, a little bitch, pull up, no panic. And she eat it, these niggas like good granny. Got a young nigga throw it, I done send it. Yeah, shoot your block up for a small fee. Wait till my money, don't call me. On the rounds, on the glizzy right now. If you see a young nigga, we gon' all eat. Put your ass on the plate, he talking crazy, young nigga gon' all eat. Then we gon' all fish. Then we gon' all in. Then we gon' call in. We do no calling. Then we gon' eat your face, nigga play crazy, we gon' all spin. Come on and tell right there, this young nigga gon' all
Ori,
spin.
the beat dealer.
When you see me for a nigga gon' slap me, young nigga, you ain't gon' do shit to me. I'm in the tip posted right now with handgun, yeah, Glocks, 223. Fuck nigga know not to play with me. I keep them busy, stay with me. Call out trap baby, we shoot your street. Call out just do it, ready to eat. I don't give a fuck with it, talking about. Fuck on that bitch with my cock out. I got the Glock, make a rock out. 32 shots in this bitch, I'ma rock out.
Yeah, if you ain't about that life, then why you talk about it? People dying every day, can't do nothing about it. Mama pray for me. She know that life that I be living, I be in the streets. Cause I come from the jungle, we play by the rules. Cause I come from the jungle, you keep you a tool. Cause I come from the jungle, you slip and you lose. Cause I come from the jungle, we play by no rules. I motivate the streets, I get a hood hoe. Used to bag nickel bags and sit by the stove. Mama's baby boy, that's all that they know. If the family got a problem, the one that they go. Fast lane, I live that. Doubled up, I never double back. Got drip like a nosebleed. I was in the bleachers, now on the team. X you out like your name on it. Them birds fly like Falcon. The mama, she moving like she with it. And she bad, so pretty. I'ma get her right if she let me work it. Never been a square, don't fit in my circle. I just want the money, I get it so urgent. Make the wrong move, you dead like her. If you ain't about that life, then why you talking about it? People dying every day, can't do nothing about it. When I leave the house, mama pray for me. She know that life that I be living, I be in the streets. Cause I come from the jungle, we play by the rules. Cause I come from the jungle, you keep you a tool. Cause I come from the jungle, you slip and you lose. Cause I come from the jungle, we play by no rules. I only do the winning, I ain't with the losing. I know y'all boys hella mad, I'm the one they choosing. Mine on a milli, the money is power. If you really bout that life, then why you do that talking? I'm the best kept secret, that's the streets by me. Lil' homie die behind that life just to show he bout it. Never been no sucker, they ain't how I rock. Ask them boys around that corner, they know how I ride. Really with the business, I put my name on it. You looking hella sad, boy, real lonely. A long way from that jungle, now I'm counting money. When you living how I'm living, now them girls are lonely. If you ain't about that life, then why you talking about it? People dying every day, can't do nothing about it. When I leave the house, mama pray for me. She know that life that I be living, I be in the streets. Cause I come from the jungle, we play by the rules. Cause I come from the jungle, you keep you a tool. Cause I come from the jungle, you see me. Cause I come from the jungle, we play by no rules.
It's like a blank canvas with a beautiful frame. No limit to what I can do with the paint.
What's going on, AMG? We are live here, broadcast number 19. We got the Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. Both teams sitting at 6-7 here in AMG Season 4. This is Week 15 action. And we're going to get to see two of the best division rivals currently going in the AMG. The Indianapolis Colts, a ground and pound team. We all know the story. They get their yards on the ground. And the Tennessee Titans, Derrick Henry, first 3 seasons, AMG season 1 to 3. That's how they buttered their bread, Now they trade for Dalvin Cook. They send Derrick Henry to Minnesota. Let's see how it plays off. First carry of the game for number 33. He's going to find himself down and maybe a first down here. Nice carry there by Dalvin Cook, the former Minnesota Vikings. Appreciate everybody checking us out right now. Quibble Redemption, Ox in the building, Bananas in the building. If you like what you see right now and you are verified with the red AMG check mark next to your name, you're verified on twitch.tv/allmaddengamingcfm. Go ahead and throw up your AMG emote. That's just a cover 0 hero. And James able to make a nice throw, and Disley gets his first reception of the game. We know the ground and pound offense from both of these teams. But here's what you're going to get from the Tennessee Titans. Maybe a new look. No Ryan Tannehill under center, obviously. Still Corey Davis balling for the Tennessee Titans. He's going to be second on this team in receiving. A.J. Brown, 60 catches. 1080 is the yards, 7 touchdowns. With still 3 games to go, and Dalvin Cook is absolutely cooking for the Tennessee Titans.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Peyton in the chest says, man, I'm loving Derrick Henry in mini. Yeah, he's had a phenomenal season. It doesn't look like the Vikings are going to get to the postseason. But that, nonetheless, it was a nice addition, and it added a different dynamic to the Minnesota Vikings team. It just wasn't in the cards. A couple tough losses. That's all I can say. The Minnesota Vikings played probably a 10-win, 11-win season, but they just found themselves unable to make a play here or there, and a couple things go the opposite direction, and then now they find themselves looking out of that playoff hunt in the NFC. But the Tennessee Titans, Indianapolis Colts, both sitting at 6-7 right now. I'm going to go ahead and put on the screen the division. This is from dadleagues.com/AMG. We're going to have a 3-way tie here. Jacksonville Jaguars 7-7, Tennessee Titans 6-7, Indianapolis Colts 6-7. So it's a traffic jam for this position. That's going to be an interception there for Edmonds, number 28, making the INT. And the Tennessee Titans are falling everywhere. That's just not a good throw as they're trying to drive the ball down the field. When you talk Tennessee, you talk Dalvin Cook. You don't really talk Carson James. But that's been the starter so far. He's got 26 touchdowns coming into this game, and that's his 25th interception. So he's got himself a little Jameis Winston stat line for you. And there's the guy that gets it done. There's Gales. Number 34, 1 carry, 28 yards. And just like that, their running attack, it's just what it is. I mean, 16 touchdowns coming into this game, 267 carries. 1637 is the yards, averaging 6.1 yards per carry. At the quarterback position, they got Tevin Osgood. He's sitting at 20 touchdowns. Well, there's a play action. Osgood rolling to the right side. Nobody's really there. Got to throw it away. Instead, he tries to drive it down the right side. Can't hold on to the ball. Looking for his wide receiver about at the 11-yard line. That's a nice throw there for Osgood. Puts it where only his receiver can get there. Just unable to make the play. Osgood, 20 touchdowns, 25 interceptions. So you're not going to see tremendous quarterback play right there. Down he goes. Sack season. Tennessee Titans. Tackle Charlton is eaten. Osgood's on his back. Third and forever. You got to look at Jeff Bede, D'Angelo Davis. These are the two wide receivers here for the Indianapolis Colts that can get it done. Bede, 832 yards, 9 touchdowns on 44 catches. D'Angelo Davis, 52 catches, 774 yards, and 4 touchdowns. It's pretty much a 1-2 punch when you're passing the ball. Expect it to go there. Looking. Nothing's open, and that's a dangerous throw. That's going to be picked off. Can't do it. Howard right back. The Tennessee Titans answer the call. And they're going to put this offense back on the field, and hopefully it doesn't result in another turnover.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Yeah, that was just forced. You got a crosser coming this way. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 Tennessee Titans in the vicinity. It's not a good throw. Osgood not so much good on that throw, as there's another nice run from Dalvin Cook. So I'm going to ask the chat right now, Dalvin Cook or Derrick Henry? If you had to take one right now in the AMG and start your franchise with this halfback, who do you go with? Both halfbacks have been fairly healthy. I know Dalvin Cook missed a couple games in AMG Season 3, but has not slowed down here as a Tennessee Titan. There's a nice pass. A.J. Brown, we talked about him. Oh, he's right by the defense. Touchdown in the end zone. Winning the 6 and 7. Tennessee Titans fighting for their playoff life.
The kicker on for the point after. His kick is good. Makes the score Titans 7, Colts 7. Bradley Pinion set to kick off. Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
Titans up 7-0. We're back at AMG Live Action. Sorry about that. Yeah, quibble, my bad. I hit the wrong button. And I tend to do that. Once I start hitting the wrong button on the stream deck, I tend to hit the wrong button consistently. So expect more of that here in AMG Season 4.
The tackle made by Jayon Brown.
Thanks, Motor. Appreciate that.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26.
Yeah, I hit the wrong screen. I went to a different scene. Didn't mean to do it. Game Master in the building. Jacksonville Jaguars sitting at 7 and 7. They just want to see one of these teams lose, and good for them because one of these teams are going to lose. Preferably a tie would be the ideal situation for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But the Indianapolis Colts sitting at 6 and 7. Tennessee Titans here at home. Nashville, they're getting it done. Dalvin Cook is the halfback that they give the ball to. 1st down, 2nd down, 3rd down, however you want it. They're going to feed Dalvin Cook. A.J. Brown had a nice run for a touchdown. Nice catch and run for a touchdown on the 2nd possession here for the Tennessee Titans. But it's going to be a Dalvin Cook show, and he's going to be going against this halfback. That's a dangerous throw. That's picked off as well. And they get a flag. I think that's a legal man downfield. They're going to decline that if the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, Quentin Nelson. And another turnover for the Indianapolis Colts. And you wonder why this team is playing 6 and 7 football. A lot of talent on this side of the ball, but they just have problems driving the ball and throwing the ball against ball-hawking secondaries, and that's what you got here with the Tennessee Titans. Dalvin Cook once again.
Number 33, Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier.
I mean, here's what we've seen from Dalvin Cook. I mean, he can go up the middle. He can bounce it outside. We saw one. I mean, you get a point of contact. You know, you're hitting him 2 yards from the line of scrimmage, and he's keeping his feet moving. He's going to end up picking up 6. He likes to run to the left, up the middle. You're going to see it once again up the middle here. Nice juke by Dalvin Cook. Down to the 15-yard line. 5 carries, 39 yards. He's moving the chains, and when it rains, it pours. And right now, Dalvin Cook is making it rain on the Indianapolis Colts. Already seen an interception from Terrell Edmonds of the Indianapolis Colts. And Osgood has thrown a couple INTs already. His most recent one, as they're saying in the chat right now. You can't test these elite cornerbacks for the Tennessee Titans. We're talking Denzel Ward, Adoree Jackson. They even have Xavier Howard in the slot. I mean, just a ton of talent here in the secondary. But Ward and Jackson are just the 2 corners you just want to avoid. You want to see where they're at on the field, and you kind of want to go elsewhere.
Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier.
3rd and 5 here for the Tennessee Titans. So the question is, Dalvin Cook or Derrick Henry? Who do you like and why? Who would you pick? Henry all day. Quibble already answered that one. Bobby Gale's the starting halfback here for the Indianapolis Colts. Hasn't really got off to, hasn't had much of a chance. He did have a big run, picked up a big run early. There's a little man coverage, and he had Dalvin Cook wide open. I don't know what took so long. Carson James to find his man. But you get him running over here, and he just kind of looking this way. And by the time he turns back here, Dalvin Cook's kind of ran out of room. If he would have thrown it a little bit in stride, he could have turned upfield, and that could have definitely been a first down, maybe even something more, maybe pay dirt. We get a couple Cooks in the chat. Brad saying Cook, Motor saying Dalvin, Redemption saying Dalvin. Of course, Redemption says Dalvin. He's faster. Cook over Henry, more explosive. Cook a better receiver too. Well, here's why I'm going to counter that, Brad. The real talent that Derrick Henry brings to the receiving game is you can whip it to the flat, and when he's a full head of steam and he's headed for your cornerback, it's a very tough takedown and tough tackle for your corner out there. So if you're having your corner sitting out there kind of playing that cloud flat, you might be in trouble. Denzel Ward gets the pass interference already with an INT this game. Osgood going right back to him. I don't know if that's a well you want to keep putting your hand in. What's going on, JB? Appreciate you checking us out here. Twitch.tv/All Madden Gaming CFM if you want to follow us on Twitter at All Madden Gaming, as well as he's trying to get outside. Gale's really nowhere to go. You're not going to see much tackles for losses against 34, but right there, that was just a little triple option gone bad, and his quarterback kind of left him out there to dry. 6-7 Tennessee Titans at home taking on the 6-7 Indianapolis Colts. A touchdown and a field goal so far. A couple interceptions on both sides of the ball, but the Titans just look like they're ready to take that next step and stay in this playoff hunt. Jaguars sitting at 7-7. It's a log jam for the divisional title. 2 games to go after this. This is week 15 action here, AMG season 4. If you're interested in joining, put command join in the chat. You can follow us dailies.com/AMG. Hit the join button. Also, I'll post the rules link as well. Command rules. If you have any questions or concerns, just put them in the chat. A lot of AMG members will answer some questions here for you, and that's just a dangerous throw. Osgood looking not so good. Number 15's got to clean that up. That is just not a good throw. You're throwing into traffic, and you're just laying it out there for your receiver to kind of bail you out. Those are just not the throws you want to see a quarter and a half into a must-win game to keep your season alive, because you're chasing that division title. You're trying to stay in this playoff hunt.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Appreciate Mr. Chunky checking us out. Guys, don't forget the New York Jets are on a roll. Franchise focus, undefeated. And we're going to have some more New York Jets action here in AMG Season 4. Sam Darnold and company, another MVP season for him. Over 50 passing touchdowns. Woo. It's going to be a tough out in the AFC. The Tennessee Titans, fun fact, were the last team to play the New York Jets in the playoffs, and they knocked them off. They did have Derrick Henry at the time. Now some say a more explosive Dalvin Cook. Wouldn't it be interesting if those two teams matched up again? Justin at the line of scrimmage. You got a new quarterback in here. No, this is the same Carson James, excuse me. Over the middle, that's a dangerous throw. 1, 2, 3 white jerseys in the vicinity. Got to do better than that. That's just a simple crossing route. It's not there. If I'm Carson James, I'm not looking here anymore. I'm going to try to get outside the pocket. I'm going to try to improvise and extend the play and look elsewhere. I just think that was a one-read, predetermined pass that he had going in well before the snap, and it just was not there. You got to come off that read. And there's another, and that seems like a predetermined read as well. That one ends up working out for him. 4 for 8, 78 yards, a touchdown, and an INT so far for the Tennessee Titans quarterback Carson James. And Dalvin Cook has been cooking early on. They got to go back to him here on 1st and 10, and they absolutely do up the middle. I'm telling you, Dalvin Cook, the offense hasn't changed much. You see 33 in the backfield. You don't see Derrick Henry anymore. But the way that they run, the blocking for the offensive line has not changed much. You're getting a lot of this up the middle, and then you're going to get runs to the left. That is what you like to see from Dalvin Cook, and that's what he's going to deliver here today. And that's a Tennessee Titans special. Oh, stays on his feet. Carson James got to get down, and he absolutely does. So what should have been a sack, number 2, gets outside the pocket, and I'll tell you what, the defense for the Indianapolis Colts has to be thinking that was our opportunity to push the Titans off the field here in the first half. Hawks in the chat said the Titans are in control of this ball game. It's going to take more than play calls to get this team out of the zone.
That's another Tennessee Titan.
Yeah, and they're balling right there. Another big pickup. This one to Robinson. So you're used to seeing A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, a lot of talent for the Tennessee Titans. A.J. Brown obviously leading the way, the only receiver owned over 1,000 yards at week 15 right here. But they're willing to spread the ball out. And I like this Tennessee Titans team. A little loose with the football offensively. You'll just see a little too many turnovers for my liking. As Carson James, 26 touchdowns, 25 interceptions after the INT he had early in this game. And it's not good on the other end. Osgood has just not been good this season. He's got a touchdown to interception ratio about a 6 deficit, 20 touchdowns and 26 INTs. Carson James on the season, 3,100 yards. He's been sacked 15 times. Quarterback rating 92.2, and this is actually a decline. I mean, you talk about a guy that was drafted in the 3rd round, NC State Wolfpack, 6'6", 227 pounds, prototype quarterback. His best year so far, his rookie season, 47 touchdowns, 32 interceptions. Then he followed that up with a 26 touchdown, 31 INT season, and right now he's hovering around that 1-for-1 touchdown to interception ratio. Oh, missed the hole there, Dalvin Cook. Didn't I tell Dalvin Cook earlier, you're running up the middle or you're running to the left? And right there, he's running up the middle, and he doesn't see it right there. This is where he needs to break. Instead, he just kind of falls a little Trent Richardson. Robinson once again.
Complete to DeMarcus Robinson. That's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 2.
What's going on, T-Jax? Yeah, Town's looking real good. You're up 10-0. Clock is a-ticking. I don't want to see the Titans get too aggressive here. I want to go right back to Dalvin Cook if you don't pick it up, which I think you will, because Dalvin Cook is a ground and pound superstar. He's going to pick this up. That's what he does. That's what you brought him here to do. But if you don't, you kick the field goal and you're up 2 scores. You're feeling good about it. Go right back to the little angle route, just completely burning the linebacker. So when you think it might be an inside zone run to Dalvin Cook, I mean, you got the quarterback, James, sitting here. Cook's here. You think it's running here. No, it's an angle route out the backfield, and he ends up beating the linebacker. I'd like to keep it on the ground there, but they're driving the ball. Still 3 timeouts. Clock is a-ticking. Got to keep your eye on that. That's a dangerous pass. Could have been intercepted. 54 says, don't come knocking at my door too many more times. Right there, he almost got himself an INT. That's Eric Kendricks. What's going on, Cam? Appreciate you checking us out. If you got the red check mark next to your name, that means you're verified here on the official All Madden Gaming Network. As James got time underneath, finds his man. There's Dalvin Cook. They're going to have to burn a timeout here. And Cook, once again, being a successful option in the backfield. 3 catches, 35 yards. He's probably, he's 40 yards on the ground, so 75 total purpose yards in the first half. For Dalvin Cook, he's looking like he's going to provide some big-time fantasy points. If you got Dalvin Cook in fantasy, you got to be feeling good. Here comes a goal line defense. Got to have somebody open here. Over the middle, dangerous throw. We got a flag on the play. Is that holding? Defensive pass interference on Russ Domain. 1st and goal from the 1. Man, I thought somebody was going to be naked. For the Titans, I know they're getting aggressive passing the ball, but you got 2 timeouts. You're 1st and goal on the 1. This has to be Dalvin Cook 3 times in a row. I know that's what Z-Star would do. Bride says Dalvin is just so versatile. I completely agree. They're going to pass it in here. 87, put 6 on the board. It might be a runaway train. I was okay with settling for 3 if I'm the Tennessee Titans, but I was going to say, in the back of my head, if you do put 6 on the board here, now pending this extra point, that's 7. 17-0, you're up 3 scores. That's a lot of pressure for an Indianapolis Colts team that really struggles to move the ball through the air. Osgood, not so good. 2 interceptions already.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard
I completely agree, McBride. Dalvin Cook is so versatile.
25-yard line.
I did say Derrick Henry is kind of underrated. You can whip him to the flat, and then you can start running downhill at these corners and just kind of headhunt towards them. But Dalvin Cook can actually, halfback corners, angle routes out the backfield, and his ability after the catch to transition into a runner, it's just so effortless and fluid. And speaking of effortless and fluid, finally we get a Gale side. 6 carries, 43 yards. He is the franchise player for this Indianapolis Colts, the face of this franchise. You got to see more in the second half. This is a must-win game, win or go home here in Week 14.
Bradley Pinion set to kick off.
Appreciate you stopping by, Draco. Football in the chat said this is looking like a slow bleed game. Titans going to slowly rack up points and create turnover. Absolutely, Nemo. Solid first half. The turnover in the air, I think you need to clean that up come playoffs. But this is the team, this Tennessee Titans team. They're a tough out. They're a sneaky
The ball carried by number 34.
spoiler in the playoffs. I mean, they knocked off the New York Jets last season. Then you had the Kansas City Chiefs come in strong. They go to the Super Bowl, take on the Carolina Panthers. They knocked the Panthers off, who were the heavily favorited team out of the NFC. Right now, if I'm looking at this Titans team, you clean up that turnover. This is a pretty flawless game so far, and a nice
brings up 2nd and 4.
balanced attack, and they're staying aggressive passing the ball is really going to open up Dalvin Cook. Hernandez in the chat says, if I'm the Colts, I wouldn't throw the ball again.
Number 82, incomplete.
Well, you're not the Colts.
Xavier Howard on the coverage.
And you would throw it again, because you literally over yards per catch, distribution, everything there possibly can be. So you absolutely would be throwing the ball again. And I know you're smiling right there, Bananas. Shotgun formation, bunch to the right side. Elliott, tight end standing up there, wide left. Watch him. Osgood's looking. They'll get double coverage over there. Looking to the right side. No one's there. Nowhere to go. Got to lead him upfield. Nowhere to go. Finds his man. Open, broken play. And there goes Bidet, the leading receiver here for the Indianapolis Colts. And finally, a sign of life. 0-5, 2 interceptions. Yeah. Force win defeated. Here we go. Primetime action. Bunch again. Looking. Underneath. Finds his man. This is Bidet. Once again. Win it down. Drag route. Touchdown. Colts are on the board.
The kicker on for the point after. The kick is good. Makes the score Titans 17.
Yeah, the bunch formation works for the Colts. It simplifies the offense. You got 3 right here. You got a simple drag coming here, but everything can be played off of here. And you're splitting the field in half, and you got Osgood essentially. Everything's going to be to the left. So he's making these high-low reads, and he's able to go through his progressions without really moving his head. Because when he starts looking across the field to the left, and then he tries to bring it back to the middle, that's really where he seems to struggle. So right now they're going to simplify the offense, and 17-7, they're right back in this game. Yeah, the Colts jerseys, the white, it's just a clean white. It kind of reminds me of that New York Knicks Carmelo last couple seasons white, where the sides were white as well.
At the 31-yard line.
There's a cover 0 hero coming up. Dalvin Cook in the backfield, 3 tight ends set. Man in motion there on the left side. That's A.J. Brown. Handoff, little RPO action. Nowhere to go for Dalvin Cook. 12 carries, 58 yards. Here comes a big 3rd down and a momentum swing opportunity for the Indianapolis Colts defense. Both teams sitting at 6-7 on the season. Atop their division, Jacksonville Jaguars at 7-7. So this is a must-win game. You got 2 games left after this. This is a divisional round. Where is the big play going to come from? A.J. Brown inside slot. This is a handoff back to Dalvin Cook. Nowhere to go. And it's punt unit time. for the Tennessee Titans. And I think the momentum
Formation.
is starting to find its way back to the road team. Let's see if we can get some Bobby Gales going.
Fair catch made at the 20-yard line. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
I formation here for the Indianapolis Colts. Everyone in the box. This could be a dangerous big play for 3-4. You know he's always knocking at the door. There he goes to the outside, bouncing his way. Juke inside, little tippy toe, skip action. 9 carries, 76 yards, and Gales.
He's tackled at the 32-yard
It's go
line.
time, 3-4. It's go time.
1st down, Indianapolis.
Absolutely, Jordan. Hand off again. Gales once again. He's so shifty. You just see how he runs. How many halfbacks in AMG right now are running with this type of explosion
A 6-yard
and this
pickup
type of,
brings up 2nd and
he's
4.
got power, he's got speed, he's athletic, agility, elusiveness. He's got it all. And right now he's running hard, and that's exactly what they need him to do. Week 15, you don't see a lot of halfbacks really coming out the gate firing like that, especially in, the second half of the season. A little dotty dot dot, simplifying it for Osgood. You got some slants coming across the
Complete to
field.
number 82. A gain of 9 yards and a Colts 1st down.
As he in the chat talking about the Los Angeles Rams halfback Cam Akers. Probably, he's not under the radar, but he's definitely not respected at the level he should be. He's just one of those guys that kind of reminds me a little, oh, there's an INT. Osgood, not so good. 3 interceptions on the season. That one he wishes he could have back. And you got to wonder. Fired with the INT. Why are we not just keeping this ball on the ground? And you make a turnover like that, and now you've allowed the Tennessee Titans to already be in field goal range. So defense is going to have to make up some work here. The offense put him in a bad spot. I just don't think Akers is talked about enough. I think he's doing phenomenal things for the Rams. There's pressure down. Oh, that ball could have easily popped out. Carson James needs to. I'm telling you, they're just a little too loose with the football. And mainly, I'm talking Carson James. He's just a little too antsy for me. And right there, got to be more aware. Blind side getting blitzed off that left side. You got to ID the mic there. That's a big hit. Corey Davis hangs on to that ball. That's going to be a short 3rd and 2.
Complete to Corey Davis. That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
I mean, the Rams are sitting at 10 and 3 on the season. Cam Akers, 978 yards on the ground, 307 receiving yards. Total touchdowns, he's got 18 on the ground. He's got a receiving touchdown as well. I mean, this is a DIA halfback. I almost forgot the letter. It's a do-it-all halfback. However you need it, however you want it, he gets it done. Now, why is he being outshined by some of these guys? Bobby Gales, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry trade has kind of got mixed up as well. Oh, they're going to keep this one. That's a lot of speed. 85, finding his way down to the 7-yard line. I love the play call. Little Wildcat action here for the Tennessee Titans at home, and the fans absolutely love it here in Nashville, Tennessee.
1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Slam fist with the most dangerous botched power bomb. We're just happy you're here and you didn't break your neck. There's Dalvin Cook to the outside. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. He walks into the end zone untouched. Knew exactly where he was going. That's just a play you run with Dalvin Cook. You tell him, hey, all you got to do is beat this defense to the pylon. And right there you saw it. His head was on a swivel. All he's really trying to do is just get upfield a little bit, and then he's running to this pylon, and you're chasing because he's that quick, he's that good, and he's that explosive. What's going on, Spongy? Appreciate you checking us out here. We got a little bit of a gift sub, a tier 1 gift battle. Eddie Mars, Brad, Spongy, been absolutely killing it with tier 1 gift subs here on the channel. Toba in the chat says this is over like Rover. You know, the crazy thing about after just a tough pass that got away from him, you find Osgood on the very next ensuing drive. They run a spot play that has an option for a go. It just seems like he wasn't sure he wanted to throw that ball after he just let one loose. There's a wide open tight end number 89, Osgood, 4 for 11, 96 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. He's now a deficit of 7 interceptions to touchdowns on the season. 21 to 28 touchdowns. Excuse me, 21 touchdowns and 28 interceptions. Man coverage, looking for the crosser, not there, barely gets rid of it. And that's just a predetermined read. And once again, you get in man coverage and that crosser is not open. But you had an out route over here you didn't even look at, and by the time you went to glance there, this route is already in the middle of the field, so this out has already ran out of room. He had some underneath stuff. It just doesn't seem like very much quick, positive progressions. Confidence seems to be an issue with Osgood. Or maybe simply Osgood is not good. That's one right over the middle, 24-7. You're sitting here down 17 points, 3 scores. You got a quarter left. Is it doable? I don't think so. You're going to need a lot of help. You're going to need a turnover. You're going to need a fumble from Tennessee. You're going to need Tennessee to make a bad read, which Carson at quarterback, you just never know. There's a play action looking. He takes a shot back at the end zone. That's going to be picked off once again. Old Testament, don't test a man. Adoree Jackson, 2-5. Denzel Ward, each with INTs today, and that might be the over like Rover interception as he's glowing to his hometown fans here in Nashville.
At their own 20-yard line.
Appreciate Nemo with a tier 1 sub to Chunky. GG's in the chat, the Z's with the lowercase GG's. Anyone calling out picked. The season for the Indianapolis Colts is hanging on, I wouldn't even say by a thread. It's over. Start planning your Cancun trip now. If you're the wife watching your man playing his Week 15 game, you got a vacation coming up in 14 days.
That's good for a Tennessee Titan. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard
Not a good game for Osgood. Completions, I think he's got 4 or 5. He's got 3 or 4 picks. It just hasn't been his day. Oh, nice play. A.J. Brown, when you give him too much space, he looks like NASA out there. He's absolutely comfortable. Touchdown. Tennessee. I like it. A little RPO action. Everybody kind of buys it here. You get a slant from A.J. Brown. He catches it. And when he catches it, he takes a step up right here. Your corner's chasing so heavy here. Change directions back. There's just too much field. He could have gone right. He could have gone left. And with his ability after the catch to make those type of plays, you're in no man's land and you're in trouble. Spongy the Champ coming back as the Gifts sub king. He's gifted 5 tier 1 subs in the community. Please, Choco Jazzy, Alpha, Tedious on 3069. Appreciate it, Spongy. Artoba says, pack up the camera crew. I could just end the stream. It's a one-man band, bro. I could just end it right now. Oh, Quentin Nelson's out. He's already playing in Cancun. He says, you know what? Forget those 14 days. If I stay down right now, the trip could start tomorrow. Dangerous throwing a deep comeback there on the left side, and was just unable to get his feet underneath him. Osgood, 5 completions, 4 interceptions. That's just not going to get it done. And we did not see enough Bobby Gales. It seemed like the Tennessee Titans got ahead early. They went up 10-0, and it pushed Indianapolis away from their strength, which is the running game. We've seen a lot of Dalvin Cook. We've seen some good stuff from Bobby Gales, but not enough Bobby Gales. Osgood's going to go down. Fletcher Cox, the former Philadelphia Eagle. Fly, Eagles, fly. Not today. Tennessee Titans, 91, showing he got a little bit of tread left on those tires. Hawk says, I don't know what happened, but I don't think the Colts envisioned that this would be how the game would go. Anytime you put the ball in Osgood's hand, and a name like that, you better be really good. You can't be that bad with a name like Osgood. There it goes. 4 interceptions, 4 completions. Adoree Jackson, that's been the story of the game so far. Denzel Ward, Adoree Jackson, Bayard, INT season, and it's a buffet for the Tennessee Titans. 31-7. Handoff. Dalvin Cook on the outside, trying to get some space. Cover 0 hero, 33 down to the 25-yard line.
Dalvin Cook, the ball carrier. Julian Blackman on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup.
It's a ball hawking defense, Z. You're going to test Adoree Jackson. You're going to test Denzel Ward. You better be sure about what you're doing. Corey Davis into the end zone, 31-7. That's what we like to call a victory lap. 84 for the score. 6 on the board. Pending this extra point, we're going to go 38-7. What was the spread on this game? It couldn't have been Tennessee minus 20, Tennessee minus 30. This is a divisional rival matchup. You don't see a blowout in Week 15 when both of these teams 6 and 7 fighting for their playoff lives. Oh, Kid Tron's flipping it right now. He said, hey, that wasn't a bad pass. That was a dot to Adoree. Adoree playing a little wide receiver for the opposing team. Over to Go for Gales. We're going to shut the stream down now. Appreciate everybody checking us out. AMG Live broadcast number 19. If you're interested in joining, put command join in the chat. You can follow us on Twitter at AllMaddenGaming, at WatchAMGTV. Also, go to daddyleagues.com/AMG. That's daddyleagues.com/AMG. You can hit the join link at the top. Check out the rules page there as well. I'll link you as well in the chat right now if you guys are rewatching after the stream is live. Go ahead and hit that follow button if you can. Appreciate everybody's support. 35 viewers. We'll see you next time here on AMG Live.
Third down. The running back, again the ball carrier. He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. First down.